the chef's table for 10 people and I'm going to prepare a fish ramen round. Ugh. Only exclusively from Chef Enoch. Hello and welcome back on the Chef's Food Tour. Today is a very special episode of a Chef's Food Tour because today I'm going to be cooking myself. So after the fishing trip that we had on the Andaman Sea, we had a lot of fresh catch, and the fresh catch has been brought back here today to Jiaosemut, which is Chef Note's wholesale fresh seafood arm, where some of the fish has been dry aged, some of the fish has been already, kept for a while to age in the chiller, and now it's just the right time for me to come and pick the fish that I want to use for my chef's table. So today, let's pick some fish and probably I'll have to fillet them before bringing over to the other restaurant. Let's go. Okay, so the first fish I've chosen, this will basically be a topping for the ramen. I've decided to do like a fish ramen. So for all the different ramen, I was thinking of doing like a whole ramen, like a yashi chuka. And then we have one of like a take on the Singapore prawn noodle soup, but it's going to be a sukamen. And then the final one will be a fish consomme. All these three different ramen, I will have this topping, which is the emperor snapper, or in Thai they call hua siam. So it has a big head like this. This head has plenty of collagen that will be good to make the soup. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to fillet the fish. So this is the giant trevally, or it's also known as GT. So for this fish, this is about 20 over kg, close to 30 kg. So for this fish itself, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be serving as sashimi. Today we're going to take a part of this to try. Okay. So after being dried for 4 days, you can see that the skin now is very firm. It's pretty firm, and the texture of the meat is different as well. So now we've got all the ingredients ready. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to Counterculture, which if you guys haven't watched the video, you have to watch it on my very first YouTube video at Counterculture, which is a chef's table for 10 people, and I'm going to prepare a fish ramen round, as well as some sashimi that we have from all the fish that we caught. Let's go. Alright, so after getting our ingredients, now we're going to prep. So this round is going to be a ramen round. Concept of this round of ramen is basically we're using Japanese ramen, fresh handmade ramen, but the base of the soup or the broth, as well as the toppings, is going to be Chinese, because for me, coming from a Chinese heritage as well as doing Chinese cuisine before, I want to make this originally a bowl or some kind of dish from my culture. So this is the trumpet emperor. This will be the topping for all of our ramen. The secret of doing a good fish soup or fish broth for the ramen is basically the head of the trumpet emperor. So the head is, the trumpet emperor has a lot of collagen in the head. This is the fish heads as well as the bones that I am going to roast in the oven right now at about 210 degrees. So this one is going to make the fish stock or the fish broth. Let's go, see you in 40 minutes. So for the trumpet emperor, which is the species of this fish, it has really nice flesh. The meat is, really creamy. It has sort of like a snapper kind of texture. But the problem is that it has a lot of bones that are really thick and hard, so it sticks to the meat all the time. But we still have to get all the bones out so that our customers can enjoy a nice slice of fish without worrying about bones. Okay, so now after 40 minutes at 210 degrees Celsius, this is the... So by doing this, it actually intensifies the flavor of the fish stock that we're going to do later. That actually helps to, achieve this crust, sort of like deep frying kind of crust. You see, it's dry at the same time. If you deep fry, it's going to use a lot of oil, but for this, it's just using the convection heat and the fan So we're gonna remove everything, and this is going to the pot for our stock or for our broth. So in Chinese cuisine, usually the traditional way is they fry the bones to give it a like roasty, nutty flavor before doing the soup. But also having, you know, done French cuisine before, in French cuisine we actually roast the bones on high temperature in the oven. So this just removes the moisture and then creates a caramelization for the bones, and that will be the flavor of our soup. This is filled with collagen. The stock or the broth that we make from this is going to be really aromatic. So for the first step of making our dashi, this is some kombu, but this isn't Japanese kombu. This is actually Chinese kombu. So for people who don't know that, you know, and think that there's only Japanese kombu, actually they have kombu from China as well. So this is some Chinese seaweed, or they call like the kelp. We are going to put the shiitake mushrooms, dried shiitake mushrooms, and the kombu. We're going to soak it for overnight. The difference between Chinese ramen compared to Japanese ramen is the Japanese ramen is a lot more concentrated. The taste is really very strong. But for Chinese ramen, less concentrated in terms of the soup. But because I'm trying to create this into like a Japanese ramen, so we have to intensify the flavor altogether. Soak it in water overnight. So this is Ham, and he's working on the sambal. So sambal is a kind of like a Singapore chili paste. This we are going to serve together with the prawn noodle soup. So it's going to be a sukumen, and this is going to be an additional like a chili sauce that we're going to serve together with the sukumen for, you know, the customers have a choice if they want to dip it in the sauce or if they want to put the chili into the soup, which is going to be a thick broth. So we're going to start on our pork char siu. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we are going to season the pork belly with a bit of salt before searing it in the pan for some color and caramelization. So as you sear the pork belly, the fat actually will render out a little bit. That's what we want. So there won't be too much fat entering the sauce when you braise it. And then we'll prepare a liquid with all these aromatics. We have spring onion, we have ginger, we have some leek as well as some garlic. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a caramel, like a soy sauce caramel with brown sugar. And then we'll make it into the braising liquid. Finally, we're going to do a caramel with the brown sugar. This will basically just intensify the color of the sauce. And then finally, we are going to put in the char siu sauce after we achieve a caramel. This is a Chinese char siu flavor with a Japanese raw kind of style, only exclusively from Chef Inong. Okay, we've got all the soups going, so we still have a lot more prep to do. Stay tuned to see the craft ramen round tomorrow, which I'll be serving my customers. This is the toppings of giant traveling. So I call the giant traveling about 30 kg. Alright, so I'm really happy that all the customers, they really like the ramen round, the craft ramen round that they did. It's a real experience and a real pride as a chef to be able to catch the ingredients, you know, from the sea, fresh from the sea, and then prepare it from nose to tail without wasting a single bit of it, and then having very satisfied customers, you know, having your food and appreciating your food. This has really been an experience, not just for the customers, but for myself as well. So please leave in the comments below, how do you like this content, which is my very first video that I have included some of my cooking as well. And also remember, a chef's food tour doesn't only bring you to explore delicious food, but to understand Thai culture through food as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the Chef's Food Tour. Bye bye.